Two-side PLL recognition is exactly what it sounds like. When you get to the final step in a CFOP solve, you can recognize exactly what case you have and where all the key features are based on the stickers from the angle that you have. I just found that a lot of the videos out there don't explain it the way that I found it easiest to learn. So my goal with this video is to just keep the most necessary to know information about the cases that you might actually be having trouble with. Okay, so first off, when recognizing, there are 4 main patterns that I'll be using in this video. These are things you should already be familiar with, like headlights, a checkerboard pattern, or just a pair of 2 opposite stickers, which I just refer to as opposites, a block. And then I go into something that I call a special block versus something that's not a special block, which just means that this sticker is opposite, so this one's a special block and this one isn't. Okay, so the layout of this video, it might seem like we're jumping around a bit, but I promise we'll cover them all. There are 21 PLL cases and 4 different angles that you could get for each of those cases, which means that there are 84 angles that you will have to learn for two-side PLL recognition. Since you should already be familiar with all of your PLL algorithms, there is most likely one angle that you don't even have to think about, because it's the angle that you recognize the case. Here is the V perm, Y perm, F perm, JB perm, JA perm, UA perm, UB perm, H perm, Z perm, NA perm, and the NB perm. Now the great thing about those last 4 is that you should be able to recognize them from any angle. If you knew all of the ones that I just listed, that's 28. That leaves us with 56 more to learn in this video. You know that this is an A perm and not a V perm because of these matching stickers, but you can tell which one it is, or where the headlights are, by which side has opposite stickers, because the headlights are opposite the opposite stickers. T perm is better. Here, do you know which ones are T perms? The ones where these 2 stickers match. These 2 are R perms. You may have known that already, but from this angle, the T perm has all 4 colors, but the R perm, these 2 stickers match. And I will note, just for separating from future cases, that the color right next to the block is an adjacent color. If you look at this cube, based on the checker pattern, you might think that this is a Z perm, and it is a Z perm. But what if the sticker at the end was a different color? Then it would be an R perm. The headlights are here, and the block should be back here. Here is a case where the checkerboard pattern, red, blue, is smack dab in the middle of the cube, these 2 matching colors. And I'll tell you right now that this is an F perm. There are 2 angles on an F perm that look very similar, but the way to always know where the solved block is to know that the pair of opposite stickers is always right next to the bar. Here's another case that is similar, an inner checker pattern, but the key difference is that these 2 stickers are different. You can tell if you think of this block of checker pattern as a solved block with 2 different outer stickers, that this is a V perm. Here's an angle that has checkers on the outside and 1 lonely corner. And if you think of these stickers as solved blocks instead, just like the last case, in this case might look familiar, a Y perm. Alright, here we got the 2 J perms. And you might be able to tell that this is J perm from any of the angles, but you can also tell where the fully solved side is from any of these angles. The solved block is opposite the opposites. So since blocks, headlights, and checker patterns usually jump out at you right away, when I see nothing, I just look for opposites. If there are no opposites, the E perm has nothing, then it is an E perm. And then I look at either these 2 stickers match or these 2 stickers match. For it to solve the cube, you need these 2 stickers to match. I just need to move the U layer once and then do the algorithm. It's easy if you get a side with an opposite sticker in between the headlights. Know that this side is always connected to the solved block, and it is never opposite the solved block. That's just not possible. But what if you don't have any opposites? These cases are a little trickier. You have 3 different colors here. Say you have green, red, and orange. Those are all the colors. And only one of them will repeat 3 times. The side that it repeats the most on, that is opposite the bar. Now for the fun stuff. You gotta buckle up because there is a lot to learn about these 2 G perms. If you have an opposite edge in between the headlights, and it's clearly not a T perm or something like that, then it is a G perm. one of these two G-perms. There's nothing else it could be, it is one of these two G-perms. And the only other thing you have to know to tell the difference between these two is, where is the block? Well, there's a pair of opposites telling us where the block is on the other side. And this might be a little confusing to wrap your head around at first, but I think of it as if along this line there is a mirror. The opposites mirror the block. Since these two opposites are close to this line, this block is close to this line too. Since these two opposites are far from this line, this solved block is far from this line too. And you can tell that from this angle. Since the opposites are here, the bar must be here. And same thing, opposites are here, so the bar is touching it. One special note about this block, it's what I call a special block. Special note. The sticker right next to it is an opposite color. It helps for recognition with inner blocks and stuff later, so okay. It also means we should be able to tell from these two angles that this is a G-perm and exactly which angle the G-perm is, because remember, the block is across from the headlights. Knowing what we do about GD and GB perms now, I'm gonna show you a few connected cases. This is a Y-perm, not a G-perm. Because although this is a special block, there are no opposites mirroring its position. This is a V-perm, because although there is a special block, there are no opposites mirroring its position. Special block, opposites. Wait, those aren't mirroring the block either. Go home, A-perm, you're drunk. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Rinner and Gouter. So the only thing you have is a pair of opposite stickers, like right here or here. On an R-perm, they are inner. They'll either be here or here. And on a G-perm, GC or GA, they will be either here or here. And the opposites are opposite the block, or at least the side that the block is on. This should be a GC perm, where the block is back here. And the headlights are right there. This is an R-perm, and you know that little block that an R-perm has, the headlights right there. When you've got a case like this, headlights, with an adjacent edge in the middle and a block. The trick to telling whether this is an A-perm or a G-perm is this sticker right here. If the checker pattern continues onto the sticker right here, it looks beautiful and it is an A-perm. A-perms are better than G-perms. But if it doesn't, and actually the checker pattern continues on this side, you've got a G-perm. And that's the key to telling these two angles apart too. Alright, so you've got an inner block right here, or here, and it's not special. The sticker right next to it is adjacent. It's a GC or GA perm. The headlights are always right next to the block, so... And that's all 84 cases, that's it. Sorry if it was a bit confusing, I hope you got some good tips from this video anyway. Here's a bit of a side note, but this is how I learned best. I filled pages with the cases that looked the most similar, and then I colored them in, took notes to compare, and I highly recommend doing something like this if it's something you'd enjoy. I'm sure it'd help you out. It's a great way to keep track of all the cases, keep track of things visually. I love PLL recognition. It's just a fun thing to be able to do quickly. I'll leave a link to a trainer in the description that I used a lot. I recognize F-perms the fastest, and thanks for watching.